Well, we're certainly proud to have you on Butterfly.
Oh, thank you.
And how do you think our members could benefit, or women out there in general can benefit from a site like Butterfly?
I think it's so important to be out there sort of proactively talking about working women and encouraging women to return to the workforce. I think that there isn't a place like that that I've seen so far. There are so many sites for moms, there's so many sites for women, but to my knowledge, you're the first site that has really brought all of this together, and I think it's just more important now than ever. So I'm really rooting for you guys.
Thank you. If you could just look into the camera and give us a little shout out tell everyone to go to My Work Butterfly.
Every working woman and future working woman should be a part of My Work Butterfly.
And I have one last question. If women ruled the world, what would it look like to you?
You know, I told my husband when I thought about this, and he was like, really? But I'll share. I think it would be a much warmer place and a much more efficient place. I also think there'd be childcare in every workplace. I think there'd be much more of an emphasis on a shorter work week, but a more productive one. Less about face time and more measures of productivity. The part he said really about, my husband's actually a very equal husband. He's very involved in childcare. He's very involved in all of the sort of household duties that run our house. So this was the part that he was like personally offended by. But I explained to him, I think in many households across America, there is still a tendency for men to think, my meals should be on the table for me when I return home at night, or they don't touch the laundry, or they don't know how to cook, or they don't know how to do anything that are seen as women's roles. And I think too many women let men continue that way, and I think it's about expectations. And one of the things I remember from one of my books, Marie Wilson, who started the White House Project, said that one of the most important things a woman can do is choose the right husband. And I really believe that choosing someone who's going to always treat you equally and always see you as just as important member of the family as he is probably the most important part of a successful family.
And where do you think that comes from, in terms of the husband and how he treats his wife?
In terms of what?
In terms of having equal roles.
Where does it come from?
From with the husband, and in terms of how he treats his wife. I look at my own husband and I say, you know what, his mother did well. She did pretty good, because he does do laundry and he does cook. Do you agree with that?
I think it comes from a variety of factors. I don't think that's always the case. I think certainly if a man grows up with a woman who is very strong in her home, it's rare that he wouldn't believe that and want that for his own family. But I think there's a lot of cases of men who grew up in traditional families who've changed based on what they saw in college or what they've seen in the workforce, and or the women that they've met. So I think people change.
I think your husband must be very proud of you.
And I'm really proud of him.
Oh.
I'm lucky to have him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Find your ideal job, your paradise, a flexibility between family and self. Go to myworkbutterfly.com.